Hey, what's going on, guys? This is going to be a flashlight review. The flashlight I'm talking about today is the Surefire Backup. Very cool, compact, high-powered flashlight. First, let me show you the packaging here so I can get out of the way. Came in this this package like this, peeking through the front, through the plastic. Like kind of a clamshell, but it's not really sealed. It's just two pieces. But anyway, don't need that anymore. Here's the packaging. And by the way, this is the newer version. The older version was slightly less powerful on the high position. I'll give you details on that in a second. Model number E1B-BK-WH. I know E1B stands for the model for backup. The BK stands for black because there's also a silver version. But I can't find out what the WH stands for. I just don't know. Maybe referring to the newer LED. I really don't know. I did a little bit of research on it, but couldn't figure it out. So if you happen to know what the WH stands for, I'd sure like to know. But anyway, there's the packaging. Paperwork that comes with this. Registration card. And you get a registration code on there. Mine, I'm sure they're only supposed to come with one, but mine happen to just have two of these. I already showed this in a different video about the flashlight itself and of course the batteries. Then you have information on the warranty for Surefire. It says lamps will burn out, batteries will be used up, and switches may eventually wear out. Almost everything else is covered by our no-hassle warranty. I have dealt with Surefire once before. The customer service was pretty good at the time. But anyway, here we go. Here's the pamphlet that comes with it. Of course, very basic instructions and some information on the light. By the way, here's the info. The output on this newer version is 110 lumens for 1.3 hours, and low is 5 lumens for 37 hours. The older version, when this first came out, high was 80 lumens. Okay, so that's the difference. This is just the 110 lumen version. So anyway, this takes a single CR123A lithium battery. Unscrew the head. There's the battery. You can see the whole thing is very compact. Very high quality with the Surefire lights, all Surefire lights. Someone had commented on the battery video saying that Surefire really needs to step up with just some of their technology. I'll say this about Surefire. First off, they're expensive. Everyone knows. A lot of people don't get them just because of the fact they're so darn expensive. They do have very high quality. Okay. The one thing I can admit, though, and I do agree with the comment, is that compared to some other companies around the world, and mostly that's what I have to say around the world because a lot of them are overseas companies, the technology is very hard to beat. They're giving you more light, more run time on a lot of these lights, and for a cheaper package. As far as overall build quality, I still think Surefire is very hard to touch, but at the end of the day, here's what you're paying, here's how much light you're going to get, and here's for how long. It's kind of hard. Surefire doesn't always come up as number one on that list. But anyway, they do make very high quality lights, and like I said, they are definitely made for, or kind of built for the military and law enforcement, or at least advertised as such. But they are widely used in our military and law enforcement around the world. This one here is advertised to be a backup light, something that's smaller, more compact, something to put in your leg pocket in your cargos, or for cops to put in their gear bags, just as a backup. Even on the website, it basically says it's good for plainclothes officers, maybe off duty, just hanging around, doing what they got to do, but they still have a good light source just in case something arises where they need it. The operation of this flashlight is very simple. First off, there's two modes, as I mentioned before, a high and a low. There's a tail cap clicky switch. Just press lightly for momentary on. Okay, and it'll cycle between the low and the high mode. Once you get to something that you want, whether it's low or high, push all the way forward, and it'll click for constant on. So very simple operation. If I want to use a light temporarily, just push lightly. Use the light. When I'm all done, let go. If I need to change grips or something, I would push it and just keep it in constant on. And then, of course, you can do whatever you need if you need that cigar grip or whatever. But anyway, very simple operation for the light. I do love the pocket clip on this quite a bit. This has what they call the double pocket clip. And let me explain what I mean by that. And guess what I have? Da-da-da! My pocket. So first off, how this light is situated, and I think is the most convenient way. If you can see the design of the pocket clip, basically you can use this pocket clip with the bezel, or the business end of the flashlight, facing down or up. I think it's better suited, and it's originally meant just to be put in down, and that's how I've been carrying it, is just like so, in the pocket. And you can see it's a nice deep carry, completely stays out of the way. I usually keep this in my left pocket because I have my main knife usually my right side. But anyway, carries awesome. It really does carry great. It has not fallen out. I had no issues at all with this falling out or even getting loose. Holds very nicely. But with the design of the pocket clip on here, you can see the back is opened up as well. So some people say that you can actually carry this in this position. It's a little harder with the thicker jeans, but where you can keep it with the bezel up. On different lights, I would say that's probably fine. With this specific light, because here's the length, I do not like this at all. It's not stable whatsoever. There's more flashlight sticking out of the pocket than in the pocket. If you had a longer flashlight, I would say, yeah, that's fine, because it has more stability. But I would definitely not do that, or not recommend it anyway. I think it's too easy to lose your flashlight. For me, it's just a lot more comfortable in this position, which is, again, how I feel it was basically designed for. But anyway, another quick little note with these Surefires, or a lot of different lights, is you may think there's potential of actually pushing the button, which I did before putting it in the pocket. When you're not using the flashlight, all you have to do is turn the tail cap here just about a quarter turn, and that will deactivate the circuitry, so you do not create a full circuit, and it does not automatically turn on or off by accident in the pocket. Alright, some people don't like doing this because if they have to quickly grab the light, now they have another step by turning that. I don't think it's a big deal, but if you're carrying it in your pocket, you don't really need to do that. You can keep it ready to go. But if, let's say, you're throwing a backpack where it's loose, or some kind of a bag where there is a possibility for that button to be hit, you don't want your batteries drained or the flashlight overheating or anything. So again, just give that tail cap a quarter turn, and that will deactivate it. Alright, just a quick little note there. Now, what makes this light really cool, specifically the technology in this this light here, is with the TIR lens. And I'm going to have to get in close here to show you this. See that black ring? It's be very hard to tell, but of course my camera's not going to cooperate now. Anyway, this is something that's kind of new to me. I haven't gotten a Surefire in a long time, but this is some new technology they're using with some of the lights for the LEDs. And TIR is an acronym. It means Total Internal Reflection. And what that basically means is that on top of the LED, instead of having like just a standard dome or something to kind of magnify the light or focus it, it's a specific type of lens. And I'm going to show you a picture of that right now. Alright, so you saw that picture of that lens, and by the way, the person's name I put in the bottom, I want to give credit. That's the person who actually took that picture. You got that picture off a Candle Power Forum, so I want to give that individual full credit for the picture, which is very well done. But anyway, what that lens is doing is it's focusing the beam of the LED in a much more efficient way and actually getting more light to come out of the flashlight. Okay, it's just a more effective way of reflecting the light. So what you're able to do with this lens is you're able to create a tighter beam. Now, up close, 4 inches from the table, you can't tell this, but when you see my demo outside, again, the human eye is going to pick up more light than my camera will, but I can tell you from personal experience that using this light outside, I have found that it does have a nice tight beam. It has a little bit of spill, which is still nice. You want to have some kind of radial light. You don't want to just focus on something like a spotlight. But I found that it does have a very nice focus tight beam because of that, TIR. So anyway, what I really like about this light is it's being so compact and really just offering a lot of throw for a small package overall. It's also very lightweight. I didn't mind it in the pocket. It weighs 2.8 ounces with the battery installed. I don't see the point in giving you a weight on it without the battery, because most people aren't going to carry around an empty flashlight. That's no good for anyone. But anyway, with the pocket clip, to me, honestly, being completely serious, it carried just like an extra knife. And it really didn't bother me whatsoever. I thought the whole head here being a little bit wider might be bulky in the pants, especially when sitting down. A lot of times you'll be able to carry things in your pockets, but the second you sit down, everything kind of scrunches up and it pushes against your leg. But not the case at all. It was a pleasure to carry. I really enjoyed it. I did use this flashlight quite a bit since I started carrying it. I did some work outside. It is winter, so a lot of ice and snow and stuff, and during the nighttime I want to be able to look at where I'm walking and make sure I'm not going to be stepping on any patches of ice or anything. So it's definitely taking care of me. Fantastic light. It is a little bit more expensive. It's $139. I got this over at goinggear.com. It's where I got most of the flashlights I'm going to be showing you. The link to this specific light is going to be in the description box. But even at $139, it's still a good price for this light in general. It's not for everyone. Not everyone's going to want to spend that much on a flashlight. It's like I said, Surefire's, it is what it is. They're expensive flashlights. I will definitely be showing you some more affordable flashlights very soon. But if you're a serious flashlight aficionado and you like everything that this specific model offers, then if you're interested, check out the website. If not, like I said, I got plenty of other lights to show you as well if you don't have that much of a budget. One more thing I want to mention too, in general, is the scalloping on the bezel area. And scalloping is basically just, you can see the ridges here. There's two most common responses you're going to get for why they're scalloping on a flashlight, and I think they're both right. There's no, it's for this or it's for that. I think it can work in either direction. But anyway, the first thing people say is it's scalloped like that for impact. Okay, so that you can use this as a defense weapon, and it offers a little bit more of a weapon for you. The other reason, I think the reason why they really do it, is because when the flashlight's on and you rest it on a flat surface, you'll be able to quickly indicate if the flashlight's on or off. If I shut the light off, you could see that obviously there's some light pouring out of the scalloped areas. Therefore, oops, I left the flashlight on, quickly grab it and shut it off. That's kind of the main purpose of having scalloping on a flashlight. But again, a lot of people will say it's very tactical, and it's so that you can, slam this into someone's forehead and cause a little bit more pain than as if it was flat. Either way, it gets the job done. But I did want to mention that there is a light scalloping on here. Some flashlights have a more pronounced tactical bezel. But anyway, fantastic light. I found since I've been using this, I did go through one CR123 since the beginning, and it's because I left the light on high for maybe 45 minutes or so, because I was doing something outside. I was actually chopping firewood. I hate to admit it, but I didn't prepare enough for the winter, and so I had to go chop some more in the dark, which was definitely not fun. But anyway, it worked perfectly for that task. I did find it to be warm. The head here was very warm to the touch. In fact, most Surefires, if not all of them, say caution, hot surface on the top here. I guess ever since that lady spilled her coffee on herself at McDonald's and sued McDonald's for selling hot coffee and not writing that it was hot. Everyone freaks out about stuff like that. So anyway, yeah, the top was warm to the touch. It wouldn't have burned me, but after 40 minutes, it was pretty warm. But anyway, worked perfectly. I used it on low a couple times when I was actually getting out of my car just to make sure I wasn't going to slip. And I also, on my front door, I have an electronic doorknob, so I don't have to use a key. I can just punch in my code, and that's where low really comes in handy. As I mentioned in the other video, or maybe I mentioned this video, either way, it's great to have a low mode, because you always have the option to do stuff that's really up close and personal. You don't want a whole lot of light in every situation. Sometimes it's just too much. We're always looking for the biggest and brightest flashlight, but it's not always the what's necessary for that specific task. Anyway, it is a fantastic light. I really do like it quite a bit. Like I said, it's not everyone's bag, but if you're into Surefires, it's definitely a cool one to add to the collection or to actually use. It's a great size for EDC, and it was very comfortable to carry. But anyway, I want to thank you for watching. I will have other flashlight videos if, again, you're on a tight budget like most people are. I got some really cool, cheaper flashlights that offer a lot as well. But anyway, right now I'm just going to show you the demo outside so you can get a better understanding of how it performs at night, which is its main purpose. So, just want to take this time to say thank you again, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Alright guys, I'm going to do a demo here of the Surefire backup E1B. Right now I'm facing the backyard. I showed you the before picture during the day, so you can kind of see the layout a little bit. And here is the low mode. First, let me start off here on the deck rail. And of course, you know, in person I could see a lot more than you're going to be able to see in the video, but it'll give you some sort of representation. But anyway, as I go down towards the bottom of the steps and start shining it out, you can see there's a reflector down there in my neighbor's driveway. You can see the first tree here. Now this tree that I'm shining on right now is roughly, I want to say 15-20 feet. Not super far, but you can see it perfectly fine, even better in person. But as I go to the next bundle of trees behind there, you can just barely make them out. So click it again to shut it off and turn it back on. It's going to be in high mode. Obviously you can see, starting at the deck rail here, nice and bright. The first tree, much better lit up. Of course this is full power now. You can see the bunch of trees there. That reflector back there doing even better. Even more spill. You can see the side of the house here. And I'm trying to look to the viewfinder to see how well we can see here. Now I can see the house back there at 100 yards, but in the video you're not going to be able to see it that well. But anyway, you can see as I kind of pan and go back and forth, you can see kind of the light output you're getting from this. It's a lot more throw than spill, so it's definitely suited for a little bit more distance. Of course, when you're up close on something, you turn it on to the low mode, so it's not so straining your eyes so much. But as I turn a little bit here, I'm going to use this as a staple quite a bit, and that's the well, there's the birdhouse. But behind it, if I turn it on high, you can see the neighbor's shed back there, very, very easily. And that shed's at least 40 yards, so it's throwing a decent amount of light. It's definitely capable of most lighting tasks. Now as I swing around here, I'll just keep it on high at this point. Again, I'll give you the before picture. But as you can see, tree line here, totally fine. You can see out in the road. So, very nice. It doesn't really go from here. I could see the tree line on the other side of the road, but that's pretty much it. It kind of stops there. But anyway, so there it is. Surefire backup. As its name implies, it's a backup light. It's not the most powerful light in the world, but it's definitely throwing enough light out there for most tasks you need a flashlight for. Very cool. And last test here I'll do on the side of the house. First, the low. Beam pattern on the Surefires, I've never had a problem. Completely smooth, no artifacts. In other words, there's no little dark spots or shadows or anything like that. Of course, in high, even brighter, same deal. But anyway, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the little demo.